Today we will discuss the interior of the lung. Okay, we will discuss mainly the bronchopulmonary segments. This is trachea dividing into two principal bronchi. This is right, this one is left principal bronchi. Right principal bronchi, it is giving four lobar bronchi for the three lobes, upper lobe, middle lobe and lower lobe. Then again it is dividing into multiple bronchioles and like this, okay. And here on the left side, the principal bronchi, it is dividing into two lobar bronchi for the two lobes, upper and lower lobe. So on the right side, there are three lobes. On the left side, there are two lobes. Here in enlarged view of this, you can see this is line of trachea. Okay, trachea is lying in the midline, and this right principal bronchi, it is forming an angle of 25 degree. That is, it is more in line with the trachea. Okay, and this left bronchus, it is forming an angle of about 45 degree. So it is this angle is more. As this right bronchus is more in line with trachea, there is a tendency of the foreign bodies to go towards the right lung, to enter into the right lung. That's why infection in the right lung is more common. Lung abscess is more common in the right lung. Okay, this comes in your explain why question. Very important explain why question. Why lung abscess is more common in the right lung? So lung consists of three parts: bronchial tree, alveoli and connective tissue with blood vessels. Bronchial tree consists of principal bronchus, lobar bronchi, tertiary bronchi, terminal bronchioles and respiratory bronchioles. So these are forming the bronchial tree. So principal bronchi, this is the division from trachea to the alveoli. See, first trachea dividing into two principal bronchi. Two principal bronchi, they are again dividing into secondary or lobar bronchi. Three on the right side for three lobes, two on the left side for two lobes. Tertiary or segmental bronchi, 10 on each side. There are 10 bronchopulmonary segments in each lung. Okay, so for each segment there are one tertiary bronchi. And each of these tertiary bronchi divide into numerous bronchioles. These bronchioles again divide into terminal bronchiole, then respiratory bronchiole, and the diameter is gradually decreasing. And respiratory bronchiole will divide into alveolar ducts. Alveolar ducts are connected with the alveoli. So this, from this green part, this helps in gaseous exchange. Okay, from terminal bronchiole up to alveoli, this part helps in gaseous exchange, and from trachea to bronchiole, this is conducting part. Only there is no gaseous exchange occurring in this part. This is conducting part, helps in air conduction mainly. So two principal bronchi arise from the trachea. Trachea bifurcates at the level of lower border of fourth thoracic vertebra. Okay, so trachea bifurcates at the level of lower border of fourth thoracic vertebra, T4, lower border of T4. Okay. So right principal bronchus, it is shorter, wider and more vertical. Length is about 2.5 centimeter or 1 inch. Left principal bronchus is narrower, longer and more horizontal, and length is about 5 centimeter, that is 2 inches. So right principal bronchus is more in line with trachea than the left principal bronchus. That's why inhaled foreign bodies usually enter into the right principal bronchus. Okay, so this is the region. This comes as a explain why question. So this divisions is important. It comes as a part of long question. Okay, tracheobronchial tree. Now these are the clinical aspects. Right principal bronchus more inclined towards the trachea. That's why foreign body gets aspirated more on the right side. And lung abscess is more common on the right side. The reason you have seen bronchoscopy. What is bronchoscopy? It is a method of visualization of interior of the trachea and bronchi. And bronchoscope is an instrument having camera fitted with flexible fiber optic cable. See here, this is the bronchoscope, and the fiber optic cable is being inserted into the trachea, from the trachea towards the principal bronchi, then lobar bronchi, like this. Okay. So you can visualize the interior of the trachea through this bronchoscope. Carina. What is carina? This is the ridge of cartilage present at the bifurcation of trachea here. For this bifurcation occurring at this level, there is a projection of cartilage that is known as carina. See here the tendency of foreign body going towards the right side, towards the right bronchus. And these are the common sites of lung abscess. Common sites are apical segment of the lower lobe. Here is, this is upper lobe, this is middle lobe, this is lower lobe. So this is apical segment of the lower lobe and posterior segment of the upper lobe. These two are the most common sites of lung abscess. Okay. So after the principal bronchi, we go to the lobar bronchi. Lobar bronchi or secondary bronchi, each principal bronchi divide into lobar bronchi, and right principal bronchi divides into apatrial and hypatrial bronchus. You have seen in the lung root on the right side two bronchi are present. Superior one is the apatrial bronchus, inferior one is the hypatrial bronchi. Okay. So, and left principal bronchus divides into superior and inferior lobar bronchi. Okay. At the lung root, only one principal bronchi you have seen. After entering into the lung, it is dividing into superior and inferior lobar bronchi. So here on the left side you can see this is principal bronchi, left principal bronchi, this is superior and this is inferior lobar bronchi. Lobar bronchi again dividing into segmental bronchus for each of the bronchopulmonary segments. After that multiple division is occurring up to this terminal bronchus, and terminal bronchus is dividing into bronchioles, and you can see these white portions are the cartilage. Okay, bronchioles does not contain any cartilage and it does not have any mucus gland, and those bronchus and up to this terminal bronchus you will see in the section of this bronchus presence of this cartilage, and also mucus glands are present in the lumen of this bronchus, different bronchus. So next we go to the tertiary or segmental bronchi. Lobar bronchi divide into tertiary or segmental bronchi. Here is one segmental bronchi and supplies portion of the lung called the bronchopulmonary segment. That's why the name is given segmental bronchi. And 10 tertiary bronchi on the right side, 10 on the left side. That's why 10 bronchopulmonary segment on the right side and 10 bronchopulmonary segments on the left side. Next we go to the bronchioles. Tertiary bronchi divide into smaller bronchioles with diameter less than 1 millimeter. That is also important feature of bronchiole. Bronchiole is always less than 1 millimeter in diameter. Important for your MCQs and Viva. How you differentiate bronchi and bronchiole. Okay. It is less than 1 millimeter in diameter, does not contain any cartilage and does not contain any mucus glands. So do not have cartilages and glands in their walls, and there are terminal bronchioles, diameter is 0.5 to 1 millimeter, and very small respiratory bronchiole, diameter is less than 0.5 millimeter. Okay. So bronchiole is done. Next we go to the respiratory bronchiolar unit or pulmonary unit. This is the smallest functional unit of lung and consists of these following parts: respiratory bronchiole, alveolar ducts, alveolar atria, alveolar saccules and alveoli. Here you can see this is terminal bronchiole. From there, these are the respiratory bronchiole. After that, it is going towards the alveoli, and here in the line lies the alveolar duct, alveolar atria like this. Okay, and these are the alveolar sacs, air saccules and the alveolar sacs, alveoli. So alveoli is of diameter approximately 200 micron, and it is a thin walled polyhedral sac-like terminal air spaces of respiratory system constitute the actual size of air exchange. Air exchange is mainly occurring in this alveoli, but some of the exchange can also occur from the terminal bronchiole. Yes, yellow is the wall of the connective tissue. Muscles are in different disposition. These are longitudinal muscles, and this red one are the circular muscles. Okay, different types of muscles. Okay, so alveoli is thin-walled, polyhedral, sac-like terminal air spaces of respiratory system constitute actual site of air exchange, and each lung contains about 150 to 250 million alveoli. Okay, so alveoli are lying like the branch of grapes around the alveoli ducts. So these are the alveolar ducts going towards the alveoli. Next we go to alveolar septum. Adjacent alveoli are separated from each other by a thin layer of connective tissue containing the blood capillaries. It also contains the fibroblasts and macrophages. Interalveolar pores of Kohn, these are openings of alveolar septa which help in communication between the adjacent alveoli. Alveoli are lined by two types of cells, type 1 pneumocytes and type 2 pneumocytes. Type 1 pneumocytes are flattened cells like squamous cells, and this helps in gaseous exchange. And type 2 pneumocytes, these are almost cuboidal cells. This helps in surfactant production, and also there are some sensory brush cells. Okay. So these are the cells lining the alveoli. Mainly these two types are present, type 1 and type 2. These functions are important for your Viva and MCQ. Okay. Type 1 helps in gaseous exchange, type 2 helps in surfactant production. Next we go to in discussion of bronchopulmonary segments. In each lung there are 10 bronchopulmonary segments. So in the right lung it has 3 lobes: superior, middle and inferior. Superior lobe has 3 segments: apical, posterior and anterior. Here this is right lung, this is left lung. Superior, middle and inferior lobe. So this for superior lobe, this is apical, here is posterior and this is anterior segment. And for this middle lobe, lateral and medial. This is lateral, this is medial segment. And for the lower or inferior lobe, there is superior medial vessel, anterior vessel, lateral vessel and posterior vessel. Here you can see this is superior. Okay, here is medial vessel is this dotted portion. Okay, this is mainly fused with anterior vessel. Anterior vessel is this eighth marked one, and 9th is the lateral vessel, 10th is posterior vessel. So this is the position of different bronchopulmonary segments of right lung, and the names are different on the left side. Here only 2 lobes are present, superior lobe, inferior lobe. Superior lobe contain 5 segment, inferior lobe another 5 segment. So superior lobe is having apical, posterior, anterior, superior lingular and inferior lingular. This is apical, here is posterior, anterior, superior lingular, inferior lingular. So these are the 5 segments of the superior lobe of left lung. Then inferior lobe, it has again 5 segments: superior, medial basal, anterior basal, lateral basal and posterior basal. See 6, this is superior, then this dotted portion is the medial basal, 8th one is the anterior basal, then there is lateral basal and posterior basal. Okay, so these are the 5 segments of the inferior lobe of left lung. Okay, usually this medial basal segment, that is 7th, shown as dotted line, it is not a separate unit, it is fused with the anterior basal segment, okay, according to the 41st Gray's. Okay. Next we go to the clinical aspect. What is bronchiectasis? Don't talk, second bench. কি কথা বলে যাচ্ছিস তখন থেকে? বই বন্ধ কর, আগে শুনে নে, তারপর বাড়ি গিয়ে বই পড়বি। Clinical integration. First is bronchiectasis. Lung disorder caused by permanent widening of the airway passage due to progressive loss of elastic fibers and smooth muscle is known as bronchiectasis. Okay, this is normal airway. This here the bronchiectasis has occurred. There is increased mucus secretion, loss of cilia, destruction of the elastic fibers and smooth muscle in the wall of the bronchiole, and there will be permanent widening of the airway in bronchiectasis. So these are the changes occurring in bronchiectasis. Next is emphysema. Emphysema is abnormal permanent dilatation of airway of the distal part, that is terminal bronchiole. See here, this is terminal bronchiole, this is dilated respiratory bronchiole occurring in centri-acinar emphysema, and pan-acinar emphysema, all the distal part is dilated. Okay, so dilatation is occurring distal to the terminal bronchiole. In this part, centri-acinar emphysema, dilated respiratory bronchiole has occurred. Here dilated alveolar duct and alveoli has occurred in pan-acinar emphysema. Okay, 2 types of emphysema. Cigarette smoking and air pollution, these are common causative agent for emphysema. Very common disease nowadays. Okay. So the changes has been shown here. In bronchiectasis, there will be loss of cilia. Due to loss of cilia, mucus is accumulated, destruction of elastic fibers and smooth muscle in the wall of the air passage, and there will be permanent widening of the airway in bronchiectasis. Okay. Here the normal lung tissue has been shown in centri-acinar emphysema, dilated respiratory bronchiole, and in pan-acinar emphysema, dilated alveolar duct and alveoli. Next we go to bronchopulmonary segments. This comes as a long question. Okay, bronchopulmonary segments. Very important, very frequently asked in your viva in lung viscera, and also very important for your theory question. It comes as a long question. Also can come as a short note. So bronchopulmonary segments definition, it is a well-defined part of lung aerated by the segmental or tertiary bronchus is called the bronchopulmonary segment. Each segment is wedge-shaped. Apex of each segment is directed towards the root of lung and base is directed towards the surface of the lung. See, this is one bronchopulmonary segment and this is another bronchopulmonary segment separated by intersegmental septum. Intersegmental septum is connective tissue septum within which the pulmonary veins are embedded. Okay. So these bronchopulmonary segments are not bronchovascular segment because these pulmonary veins are intersegmental in position, but pulmonary artery and bronchial artery, these are intrasegmental. These are lying within each segment. Okay. We will discuss it. So, what are the features of bronchopulmonary segment? It is supplied by segmental or tertiary bronchus, pyramidal or wedge-shaped. Apex is directed toward the hilum of the lung and base is directed towards the surface of the lung. Each segment has its own segmental branch of pulmonary artery. Adjacent segments are separated from each other by intersegmental connective tissue plane, and adjacent segments drained by tributaries of the pulmonary vein. Okay, and these pulmonary veins are lying in this intersegmental septum. So what is intersegmental plane? Adjacent segments are separated from each other by connective tissue layer that is known as septum, called the intersegmental plane, and it contains the pulmonary veins that drain the adjacent segments. So this is intersegmental plane where lies the pulmonary veins. Pulmonary veins contain oxygenated blood, that's why it is colored as red. Okay, and pulmonary artery is containing uh, deoxygenated blood, so it will be colored as blue. So these bronchopulmonary segments are not bronchovascular segment. This is very, very important. Explain why question. Why bronchopulmonary segments are not bronchovascular segment? This is the explanation. Each bronchopulmonary segment has separate branch of pulmonary artery and bronchial artery, but do not have any separate tributary of pulmonary vein. That's why the bronchopulmonary segment is not bronchovascular segment. Bronchovascular means it has its own blood supply, but the vein is common for two adjacent segments. Okay, that's why it is not bronchovascular segment. And 10 bronchopulmonary segments are present in each lung. Now we go to the clinical aspect. First is segmental involvement. Apical segment of the lower lobe and posterior segment of the upper lobe are most common sites of lung abscess. Okay, and more common on the right side as the aspirated material tend to go on the right bronchus, that is more vertical and more in line with this right principal bronchus. Okay, so that's why on the right side the infection is common. And this is important for your MCQ and Viva. Which segments are more affected in segmental involvement? Apical segment of lower lobe and posterior segment of the upper lobe. Most common sites of lung abscess. Okay, understood? Next we go to segmental resection of lung. Each bronchopulmonary segment aerated by single tertiary bronchiole and has a branch of pulmonary artery, and it can be surgically removed without affecting the adjacent segment. Segmental resection required it is required to remove the localized lesion like tumor or tuberculous lesion. Okay, tuberculosis is more common in lung, and in case of tumor of lung or any cancer which leads to tumor, for that segmental resection is done. Okay, so this is apical segment of the superior lobe has been shown and apical segment of inferior lobe. Pathological lesions in the segmented resected segment. Next we go to the Mendelssohn's syndrome. What is Mendelssohn's syndrome? It also comes as a short note. Not very frequently comes, but it comes as a short note. Mendelssohn's syndrome. Okay, so bronchiectasis can come as a short note. Okay, bronchiectasis is important. So Mendelssohn syndrome, aspiration of fluid or food, mostly in the unconscious patient, involves mostly apical segment of lower lobe and results in aspiration pneumonia, that is inflammatory infection of the lung. Okay, cough reflex is absent in unconscious patient. Cough reflex helps in removal of foreign body from the respiratory tract. But in unconscious patient, when there is loss of this cough reflex, food can easily enter into the respiratory tract and there is tendency to go towards the apical segment of the lower lobe of the right lung. Okay, so this is the most common site for aspiration pneumonia. Okay, aspiration pneumonia important for your anesthesia. Next is segmental atelectasis. Here is atelectasis means collapse of lung. Collapse of bronchopulmonary segment due to blockage of air entry through the segmental bronchus. Each segmental bronchi is supplying one segment. So if there is blockage due to any reason, spasm or tumor or anything, mucus, so there will be collapse of that bronchopulmonary segment due to blockage of air entry through the segmental bronchus. Okay, so that is segmental atelectasis. Okay, here aspiration pneumonia has been shown. So food material is coming out from the upper opening of the esophagus, okay, and it is entering into the respiratory tract and going towards the apical segment of the lower lobe of right lung. Okay. Okay, that's all. Any queries? So you prepare bronchopulmonary segments very well. It comes as a long question, also can come as a short note. Okay, bronchopulmonary segment. And important explain why question, why bronchopulmonary segment is not bronchovascular segment. Okay, and why foreign body goes towards the right lung or more common in right lung. These are also important explain why questions. Okay. Okay, and the tracheobronchial tree that you prepare as a short note. Tracheobronchial tree, it can come as a short note and also can come as a part of the long question. Okay, the divisions, principal bronchi, lobar bronchi, then tertiary or segmental bronchi, then multiple divisions, almost 20 to 24 divisions are occurring up to terminal bronchi. Then there will be bronchiole. Bronchioles are terminal bronchiole, respiratory bronchiole. After that, you will get the atria, alveolar duct and the alveolar sacs. Okay, so this is the tracheobronchial tree. So you remember it. And the clinical aspects are important here.